Thank you, Adrian. It's time to find out where's Shane. Today, Shane Kanicki is out at Eddy's Toyota ahead of spring break, learning how to get your car ready for a vacation.
It's spring break right around the corner, and if you're planning on taking a trip for that holiday, you may want to make sure that your car is in tip-top shape before you hit the road. Hanging out here with Brady this morning at Eddy's Toyota. And Brady, we're just going through a couple of the things right now that you really probably should check before you go on a long trip, including your battery. That might be one of the first places to start.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely on the battery, you want to check first visually the condition of the terminals and cables. Make sure that they're tight, there's not corrosion on them. Make sure the tie down is tight and the battery can't become loose. Also, you can do visual inspections, like seeing if there's any leaks at the seams.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if the battery's more than a few years old, couple years old, to get that battery tested to make sure it's not going to leave you stranded.
For sure. And one thing that I didn't even think about doing over here is the belt. You said that that's something where you can kind of start to see some wear and tear on it.
Yeah, that's right. If you have the belt, if you have across the ribs, if there's any cracking or the edges are frayed, you definitely want to get that replaced. Some vehicles you can't see that from up top, so you'd have to get it inspected. But if that belt breaks, you know that's driving important accessories, power steering, water pump. It could cause some serious engine failure.
Which is what you don't want for sure. Now, a lot of fluids going on in this engine too. We talked a little bit earlier about oil, getting that checked, making sure that's at the right levels. But even your fluid here, your coolant, a lot of times I'm trying to see if that line is full, if it's a shadow or not. You have a kind of a cool trick to make sure that you're getting it right.
Yeah, that's right. So I'll just take a flashlight and shine it through the top of the tank. And then you can see the level on the top compared to without it being there.
Yeah.
You can see it's right on the full mark, and you definitely want to make sure that's full before you head off on a trip.
For sure. And then, you know, kind of the fluid that we're probably a little bit more familiar with if we're just doing everyday driving is your windshield wiper fluid. If you go to kind of use that and you're all out, it can be really frustrating, but especially on a long trip,
for sure,
you want to be able to see what you're doing.
That's right. Yeah, so with the washer fluid, definitely make sure that that's full. Now that we're heading into spring, summertime, they make some washer fluids that are great for clearing bugs. And you know, keep that, and as well as good wiper blade condition as well to keep that windshield clear.
Absolutely. Now, tons of stuff to think about. Obviously, if someone's like, I just want this all off my plate, I want the experts to do it, can they bring it in and just say, hey, I'm headed on a trip, can you just make sure that my car is in good shape?
Yep, we totally understand that, and we'd love to do that. We do a complete complimentary safety inspection. We'll check the brakes, tires, wiper blades, test the battery, check those belts, see if there's any brake, steering, suspension items. That would be a good time to get that done before the holiday rush and before even summertime when it starts to get busier in shops.
For sure. Well, Brady, thank you so much. All of this, such great information. Even if you're not going on a trip, this is something probably you want to think about with your car too, just to make sure that it's safe out there on the roadways. But hey, if you want more information too on Eddy's Toyota and Eddy's everything, you can find it at the KWCH 12 mobile app. Just look for the Where's Shane article.